Alright guys, I'm always doing this. It'd be the first time I don't have a fox with me, because I'm actually not talking about Loki today. I should have a tiny wolf. I have a wolf somewhere. Hard subject today. I know I have been off the main channel. I'm sorry, I just don't have the inspiration to do the Let's Plays. I will try to get back into that. I am having some health issues lately. It has nothing to do with the weight, by the way. I'm just having some health issues. And I'm just, right now I'm having some issues too, personally with something that's been happening. I thought it was Loki sending me signals, and it's, as you can see from the runes video, Odin got his runes because, oh, Odin is back, and I'm like, oh, geez, really? And I should be thrilled, and it's like one of those things, if you're a Lokean, you're used to, like, Odin's people wanting to, like, kill you the moment they see you, or they hear the word Loki. Seriously, there are whole groups of Odinists that, they, like, hashtag Christian devil is what they will put on Loki, or Lokeans, and they call, like, his children monsters and everything, so he's a real touchy, sensitive subject for me, and I used to spend a lot of time, in the beginning, used to spend a lot of time with Loki and Odin both, but after a while, it was like I ran into so many Odinists and so many Lokeans and so many other heathens that were like, you have to choose, you have to choose. I was like, fine, I'll choose Loki, and I wanted nothing to do with Odin. And it really upset me, and it devastated me, because I wanted them both. I love them both. I mean, how could you choose one god over another? You can't, but I chose Loki, and Loki wasn't happy about it, for the record. Loki was like, you have to ignore these people, you have to choose us both. But I was like, no, it's just too painful, and if you read the stories, you know part of why it's so painful. And you know, and I was struggling with that too. You read the stories, and it's a struggle to love them both and to adore and serve them both. And for the longest time, Odin was like, okay, he, like, I suppose, stepped back and bided his time. The old wolf, he's, you know, you won't get anything past him. And for the longest time, I thought, well, I've gotten rid of him. He wasn't that serious. He's went away finally. And of course, you know, recently I thought Loki was ratcheting up something, and it turned out to be Odin, and I was like, well... And it turned out that it was Odin with me today, that we were out, because I was talking to him. I'm like, okay, we can talk about this, but, and it was just, first I was thinking, well, maybe, you know, let's be logical, maybe they saw that I was an adult, or maybe they saw, like, I carry the athame on me, because, Agu was like, you're spending so much time with Loki now, I want you to start carrying something bigger on you, because I'm just worried about you. And not that Loki attracts trouble, but, you know, just in case, and that park is full of weird people. And, you know, better safe than sorry. You're better off having a protection on you as a lone person than not having protection. And you're better off going to court and paying a fine than being dead, alright? And anyhow, we're walking, and I'm walking into the park, so I'm well off the road. And this really expensive high-end van with all the windows tinted out, pulled up beside me, and pulled up like they were going to open the side door, and I looked over, and it was clear that by the speed they pulled it, and by the way they pulled up directly beside me, I mean, I could feel the wind from the van as they pulled up beside me. They were going to try to grab for me, and I was reaching down towards a knife. And Odin, he just, you know how you can sense them, he kind of just looked over slowly in their direction, like, what do you want? And the van took off as fast as it had pulled over. Now, I don't know if he let them see him or what happened to them, but, you know, praise Odin, he was there, because that could have been a very bad situation. I mean, I wasn't going to win any fight had they had guns on them. I wasn't going to win any fight, but with the athames, at least I can say, well, I'm out here wildcrafting, and this is what I brought to wildcraft with. I didn't want to bring scissors because blah, blah, blah. And it was just, it was one of those things. And I've always been reluctant to talk about them in public too, because so much of it, you look on YouTube, you're 2 minutes into the video, and the guy turns out to be a neo-Nazi. And, being actually German, I want to reach into the video and kill them all, set them all on fire and go, you want to make a sacrifice to Odin? We'll make sacrifice to Odin. We will make sacrifice to Odin. We'll see what a man you are. Okay? Millions of people died in those concentration camps. So you want to see a sacrifice to Odin? We'll make sacrifice to Odin. We'll prove what a man you are. And that's just the temperament I have. I'm German. Don't mess with an actual German. You'll see anger. And that's the thing. I don't like how people drag him through the mud and they turn him into a god of hate and disgust. And it's like he's like the Westboro Church amplified anymore. And that just disgusted me and turned me off so much. And it repulsed me, and I thought, if that's all he's going to be represented as, I can't deal with this. I can't deal with a god of hate. I left a god of hate that never wanted anything to do with me. I left the Roman Catholic Church. I said, I wanted nothing to do with him. I'm like, I don't want anything to do with you. I'm like, there's nothing you can do to prove you love me, or you're going to take care of me, or anything else. And then, that van stopped. And there's no earthly reason the van, should have taken off like that. But, Odin was with me, and they took off like, they saw something terrifying. So I don't know what they saw, but they took off real fast. And it's just, I'm grateful he was there. And then, like, right after that, we went into this, like, there's sort of like a little alleyway between a chain link fence and, like, some pine trees. And it's like a good hunting alley for the foxes and the other predators. And the, foxes, coyotes, and the hawks and that use it. And we found, I've never found them before in my life, we found some, must have been cardinal feathers. And there were some feathers that looked like they were from a hawk. And there were, like, a feather that looked like it was from a pigeon. Someone must have had a feast, and there was, like, some rabbit fur. And this was, like, all from one night, because I'd just been there yesterday. And someone must have really had a good old feast on last night. And, like, an owl or, like, a hawk, and everybody must have got together and had a party. I'm like, okay, this is a sign. If all the predators got together and had a party, because usually there's like maybe one tiny scrap, there's not all this stuff, and it was just like really carefully arranged, like, look, I left you a pretty present. So I was like, okay, because Loki's always the one he's like, here, I'm going to teach you this, I'm going to teach you to look for this and that, and you have to pay attention to this and that. So I'm like, okay, this is definitely a sign. And Loki's actually always been the one, by the way, to teach me to respect and love Odin. So before you go, oh, you're turning your back on Loki, no, Loki's actually always been the one to say, you have to love Odin, you have to respect Odin, you have to have him around. Why are you intentionally rejecting him? Why are you doing this? Because this is hurting me when you do this. This is my brother. You're supposed to held us together. Why are you doing this? So, yeah, Odin is, as much as it, it hurts to say it in a way. I do love him, don't get me wrong. He is back where he belongs. It's just a really emotional thing because I went through so much hate from so many people. And I closed off that part of my life for so long. And then, like, he's just been, relentless. If you've ever dealt with Odin, he's relentless. He's been like, no, no, I'm going to be here. I want to be here. I'm going to be here. So, yeah, he is back. And I am thrilled to have him. You should have the All-Father around if you have Loki around. He's good to have because he's a stabilizing one. When Loki's getting a little too crazy, and you've had enough of him. Odin's one that will step in, and so is Thor. They're both ones that will step in. You should have Thor as well. You should have the other gods. I mean, you can't have Loki 24/7. You'll start to go insane. But Odin especially is one that can step in and handle him and say, all right, it's enough. You've done enough for one day. That's actually one thing, you know, if you, all you and Loki are doing is like getting ready to kill each other, you know you need like some of the other gods to balance them out. So I think it's like high time I have Odin back, because I need that balancing and anchor, because he tends to balance me out and calm me down, where Loki just tends to crank, you know, wind my gears to see how crazy he can make me. Okay, so I will see you guys, and I hope that actually made sense. Hopefully it was actually in English and it wasn't gibberish. But if you like what you see, like, comment, and subscribe. And if you're an Odinist and you saw this and you don't like it, I frankly don't care. You don't own the gods, and if you think you do, you're a fool. And I will see you guys later. Bye-bye.